Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 edition of the International Peace Festival, Festival International de la Paix, which is being held live from Toronto, Canada, and also streaming online. We are very honored today to have with us a number of international peace organizations and their representatives who will be participating in the opening ceremony. I would like to begin by inviting Mr. David Caton to give the land acknowledgement in English, and I will return with the French version. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Angelique. Good morning, everybody. I'm also happy to be here. I'll just quickly read the land acknowledgement of where we are right now in Toronto. We acknowledge that the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and now is home to many diverse nations, Inuit and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. Thank you very much.
Pour la version française maintenant, nous reconnaissons que la terre sur laquelle nous nous réunissons est le territoire traditionnel de nombreuses nations, notamment les Mississaugas du Crédit, les Anishinaabe, les Chippewa, les Haudenosaunee et les Wendat, et qu'elle abrite désormais de nombreux peuples divers des Premières Nations, des Inuits et des Métis. Nous reconnaissons également que Toronto est couvert par le traité 13 avec les Mississaugas du Crédit. So without any further ado, I would like to proceed to introduce to our audience today, Ms. Nadia Cho, who is the Miss Humanity, Miss Face of Humanity 2022 Global Ambassador and Chair of the Global Peace Ambassador program of the International Peace Festival. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having me here once again in Toronto, one of the favorite cities. My name is Nadia Cho. I'm your Miss Face of Humanity Global Ambassador 2022. And we are here today because this is the 21st of September, and we are gonna celebrate the International Day of Peace. And from my work with Miss Face of Humanity, I understand that peace is different for each and every one of us. Personally, for me, peace means that I know that my friends and my family, that they're happy, they're blessed, and they're healthy. But how many of us can say the same thing, that all of our friends and the people that we care about, they have what we need them to have? So throughout my work, I've gone to so many places in the world. For example, I went to Mexico, where I learned that so many people are open to give, and they are willing to give so much more than they have, and that we are helping the children there to make them realize that they're able to achieve their dreams. Also, I learned in Japan that we have to be considerate of other people. We have to learn more about other people's culture. And of course, in Indonesia, in my home country, I learned that children are our future. That's why I focus on education. And it also correlates to peace. Because if we want a peaceful world, we have to be able to give to the next generation so that they have what they need. They have the education, they have healthcare, they have good parenting. And so I'm very happy to be able to be here in this Peace Festival. Thank you for inviting me. We're very honored. And I hope that throughout the next few days, we're going to be able to see the artwork, the music that celebrates the essence of peace. Thank you, everyone, and I hope to see everyone again soon.
Thank you so much, Ms. Nadia Cho. And we will now proceed with beginning the formal opening with the Peace Anthem of the International Peace Festival, a original composition composed by Mr. John Cameron, renowned composer and musician, who will be joining us afterwards via Zoom video conference. And Mr. Ajay, if you would be kind enough to now air the Peace Anthem for us. Thank you.
We are one, we are united. We are generations past and those to come. Life is now, we stand here undivided with the rising and the setting of the sun. We are one, we're universal. Only time will tell if we should rise or fall. Time has come for us to close the circle, to live in peace or lose it all. And tides may rise and rivers fall. We wake to hear the songbirds call. If we're not one, we lose it all. The wonder of creation. We need to feel the pulse of life. No time for greed, no place for strife. We raise our voices, sing out to the sun. We are one, we are the rainbow. Every color, every creed, and every land. Hand in hand, we'll watch a new world grow. Watch it grow, watch it grow. We are one, we are the rainbow. See your flag, time to count the cost. It's time to make a stand. As land by land, we watch the old world grow. We must know, watch it go. And winds will blow and rain will fall. Our friends or foe, it comes to war. The sun will burn and stars align on all of humankind. We need to act, we must decide to stop the clock, to turn the tide. It's only then we'll leave the past behind. We are one, wherever. See your flag. Do we take the road of conflict or of see we'll look past the present and life to come. We are one, we are one, we are one, we are one. We are world's village, and we'll raise 1 billion children in the sun. Hand in hand, we'll watch these children grow as one. We are one, we are one. We are
So we will proceed with the opening ceremony with Mr. Commander CDR Don Maestro, who has flown in from Paris, France, to perform live the world premiere of World City. Mr. Don Maestro is the one of the music directors of the International Peace Festival and division for Music for Peace International, and he is with us live here in Toronto. We will proceed to hear him perform this original composition entitled World City for our festival. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Mr. Don Maestro. At this point, I would like to begin by introducing some of the members who have joined us here from across the world. Now, Mr. Ajak, do you have everyone on, and is everyone able to participate via video conference on audio? Should be okay? Okay. So I would like to begin by introducing Mr. Mike Malloy, a co-founder of World at Peace, one of the international peace organizations that is partnered with International Peace Festival and on our network of peace projects and organizations. Mr. Mike Malloy is also the director of our Peace Projects Division for the International Peace Festival. So I would like to turn now over the microphone to Mr. Malloy, and thank you very much for joining us. I believe you are in France at the moment. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Merci, Angelique. Can I be heard okay?
Yes, we don't have a problem with the participants on the audio. I think the problem was with the performances, the musical part, but we'll come back to that shortly. Okay, thank you.
Merci, Angelique, and good morning to everyone in Toronto. So growing up in Ireland, there were 4 constants in my life: family, faith, football, or soccer as you know it across the pond, and politics. I grew up with the Northern Ireland conflict and was exposed at a very young age to fear and to hope. It's a journey that's taken me with many politicians and current and former world leaders through the Balkans, Westminster, Geneva, Rome, and Brussels. And given the importance of education to all of us, I want to give you some reflections this morning of what I learned on the way. In Northern Ireland, that even intractable conflicts can be solved by bravery, but it needs to come from the grassroots as well as the very top government. Community leaders, women's activists, and schools exchanges were vital, but so was the leadership of the late great John Hume, John Major, Albert Reynolds, Bill Clinton and Hillary, Tony Blair, Bertie Ahern, and their successors. And the European Union played a vital role. In the Balkans, small projects like desalination plants and dams and what might seem seemingly obscure things force countries to quite literally sink or swim together. Never overlook in a peace and reconciliation process and negotiations the seemingly small details that ultimately mean everything. And yes, sometimes nations will want one dot or one comma changed. Just got to live with it for peace. In Westminster, the old adage that there are 2 kinds of leaders, chiefs and chairs, was never more apt. And the general consensus, I think, globally is that chiefs get more done. Now, I had the privilege of seeing world leaders up close and how they confront and manage the greatest and tiniest problems. Listening, multitasking, and strategic foresight are crucial, but you must have a vision of peace, or indeed what any other policy will turn out like, or you will be destroyed by the 24-hour news cycle, enemies near and far, and a deeply cynical public. Geneva and Rome. I saw up close how 2 world leaders transformed their organization's mindset and strategic direction for the better of all humanity. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon in bringing business in as a proper partner in the humanitarian world and not just as a check signer. And Pope Francis, kinder, more compassionate, and ultimately more human-centered Catholic Church. To see these 2 men up close is to see greatness, true leadership, and dare I say, sainthood. Brussels. When you sit in a room with the President of France, Président de la République Française, and the Chancellor of Germany, you realize how critical the European Union truly is. From 2 world wars that cost Canada so horrifically, and Vimy Ridge is a searing reminder to all of us of the cost and pain and tragedy of war. To being partners together in a union of equals, working to protect us all from climate disaster, poverty, and war. It is truly inspirational and remarkable. Now, all of this has led to me creating World at Peace with my colleague, Derek People, and others who are with us today. We hope that Derek will join us from South Africa, but they're suffering some electricity problems in Cape Town, so I'm not sure. He's just been speaking to the Nelson Mandela Foundation during the International Peace Conference. But 3 crucial lessons that I've learned along the journey underpin all that we are doing. Children and the future generation need to be at the center of peace so that they don't learn hate and division, but rather collaboration and friendship. Peace must be built block by block, from the top to the bottom, and vice versa. It needs to start by confronting domestic violence in the home, gangs in the street, conflicts at national level, and bloodthirsty dictators in our world. Finally, none of us have all the answers. And with Schools of Peace, we start with the most crucial foundation, the children and future generations. Campus at Peace, Business for Peace, Sport for Peace, Art at Peace, Believe in Peace, and Policing at Peace invite you all to work collaboratively across all sectors of society. So I ask everyone, please join us on this special journey, because to paraphrase the first Irish-American president from the nation across Lake Ontario, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, one of my great heroes, it's not what your world can do for you, it's what you can do for your world. Even one human life saved will have made the journey worth it. Thank you. I look forward to our deliberations, and I'd now like to hand over to two practical examples of the work that we are doing. One is in Latin America, where we are going to be rolling out our Acts of Sporting Kindness program, which we'll discuss a little bit more in the panel of Guardians of Peace later, through the amazing Danilo Ponciano-Lunet and his leadership, along with Professor Nelson Coate of the Latin America program, is incredible. And afterwards, the peace mindset of Niall Watters-Stratadice, who's doing some incredible work on peace and other areas, including with Queen's University, obviously under the chancellorship of Hillary Clinton, and some of the very interesting work they're doing, particularly with children from the island of Ireland on that, but work we want to do globally. So Danilo, please take the floor.
Conferencing and also in our audience here today in Toronto, Mr. Danilo Ponciano, who is the president of the Olympic Committee in Guatemala and also president of the Pierre de Coubertin International Committee, who will speak to us about the organization and the work that this organization and what he does for the peace movement. Thank you. Mr. Danilo.
Thank you very much to the organization and for all the members that are here today in the panel and the presentations and the public that is listening to us today. I want to ask if it's possible to please give me the opportunity to share a screen, because I want to show you a very short presentation about what we are doing in Latin America. Okay, thank you. I am going right now to show you my screen, and just a second. Okay, so thank you again. I am going to present you what we are doing right now in collaboration with World at Peace, School at Peace, the Center of Latin American Studies, and 6 Pierre de Coubertin committees in Latin America related to the project of Acts of Sport Kindness. Like I was introduced before, my name is Danilo Ponciano, and I am the executive director of the Guatemalan Olympic Academy and president and founder of the Pierre de Coubertin Committee of Guatemala. Just to provide you some background, maybe some of you never had heard before about Guatemala. It's a country in Central America. It's very famous because of his natural beauty and the ancient heritage that we have. I don't know, but of course you probably know about the Mayas. The Mayas are related to Guatemala, is the origin of our people. And for me, is a very good opportunity to show you how proud I feel to be here today with you in Toronto online, sharing a little bit about my country, my culture. And this is very important because it's going to connect some dots that are going to help us to see what we are doing and the purpose. Latin America is a country with a lot of similarities. We have different social issues, specifically related to gangs, robbery, drugs, illegal immigration. And right now, another problem is arising, that is bullying. And this is some data that I have to share with you related to the percentage of students who are victim of bullying, according to the last study of UNESCO in 2017. As you may see, I highlight the 6 countries that are participating in this program that we are designing together, that is Acts of Sport Kindness. You have Argentina, Peru, Colombia, Brazil, Guatemala, and Costa Rica. And you probably notice that we are countries that we have take action to help these victims of bullying. And this is a very important fact, because right now I will show you how this bullying is practiced according to the school type in our countries. And you may see that bullying is not only at public schools, but also at private, and some of them is more advanced, another one is relatively the same, another one is a little bit slow, a little bit less, but we have to do something because this is a topic that is becoming very important. In this sense, as Pierre de Coubertin Committee in Guatemala and the Pierre de Coubertin committees in Latin America, we decided to work together with Derek People and Mike Molloy, both of them with a long trajectory of education, peace building, conflict resolution, and we saw an opportunity to try to change the environment that we are living through this new program that we are preparing. The program is based on the inspired on the One Kind World Team and the Anti-Bullying Alliance and the Anti-Bullying Week program. So the main idea is to have an impact in children and youth, especially related to 7 to 11 years and 14 to 16 years, because there exists a lot of evidence that shows that these are specific ages where you can have an impact and change to improve several conducts that maybe the participant have. We are very happy to see and show you that we have a teacher's guide that you can find in the Sport Heritage webpage. This is material that is open to all the professors, the students, the parents, so they can see what we are trying to do and exactly the methodology that is followed. Something that is very interesting is right now the activities that the teacher's guide have, we are in the process of translating the English to Spanish to have a little bit of more clarity for the presidents and the people that is going to implement the program. As you may know, not all the people in Latin America speaks English, so we have to contextualize the guides and the activities so the impact of the program can be successful. And something that is very important is that all the lessons are based on case studies. What I mean by case studies is related to those activities are based on moments of sports that truly have an impact in the way that we understand the power of sport. When I mean the power of a sport is how to infuse the values, how to promote peace, and specifically with actions of athletes that have changed the way that we understand the practice of the sports by the athletes in different events around the world. Of course, we have different contexts, different challenges, but the most important thing is that we are going to contextualize all these activities for our countries in Latin America. We are going to include other sports like soccer, basketball, volleyball, athletics. So it's going to be very interesting to adapt these activities and contents. This is something that is really interesting. You can download all the activities if you want to see it, if you want to analyze them, and you can also see the well-constructed of the pedagogy that is immersed in every one of the lessons that the participants are going to be part of it. We are going to translate the beautiful music of John Cameron to Spanish, to have the music ready and see the possibility to use it for promoting the program in our countries. Right now, we are waiting to see which country is going to present their proposals of artists that are going to participate in this translation, and is going to be as successful, hopefully, for promoting these activities. Of course, we have already an activity map. We know that it's very important to have very clear what we expect, the way that we are going to evaluate right now. We are making the translation of the material. We are going to make a call for other Pierre de Coubertin committees to join the program, to make a mapping of the schools that are going to participate in the program. We are going to prepare several training days with workshops that are going to prepare the participants and the coaches and the staff that is going to implement the program. And we are going to make a pre-test to see how the students enter to the program. Then we are going to make a middle evaluation. We are going to make a post-test application, and then we are going to make a closing of the program. So have the opportunity to show the impact that Act of Kindness program have on the participants that are part of the schools, of the members of the Pierre de Coubertin committees around Latin America. This is what I want to share with you. You saw a video that is going to be shared by the organization later. So thank you very much. And I am very happy to be here with you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Danilo Ponciano, for this wonderful presentation. I did wish to also inform everyone that Mr. Ponciano is the director of our Sports for Peace International Division of the International Peace Festival. And now I would like to proceed to introduce two ladies who are joining us from Ireland, and they are going to be speaking a little bit about their program and what they are doing on the artistic front. If you had seen what we had here on stage, they sent us a beautiful painting from Ireland, which they will explain further. And without any further delay, I would like to introduce Ms. Mel White and Ms. Gay Moore. Thank you. I think you're on, ladies.
Hello, everybody. Greetings from Ireland. We are here courtesy of World at Peace, and we'd like to thank Mike and his team for inviting us here. We are the creators of the Art at Peace project, which we are launching today to commemorate the Good Friday Peace Agreement in Ireland 25 years ago. We are launching an art project whereby we are inviting all the children in the north and south of Ireland to submit a piece of art about what peace means to them. And the submissions will all be put onto an online gallery on a website, and will also be included in a book which we will hope will be presented to different people. That's one part of it. And then the second part is the painting that you have there, which was created by Mel. and she will tell you a little bit about it.
Hi, everybody. I'm a visual artist, as you know, and Gay and I worked closely together with the youth, and I won't go into that any further. You already covered that, but I was, and I'm deeply honored, I was asked to create a painting conveying the relationship between Canada and Ireland. So I hope you see it in the painting. Basically, it's my interpretation of the relationship since the famine. The Irish have been fleeing to Canada ever since, and I think they have a very strong friendship culturally with their music and dance, their sport. Sorry, I'm very nervous. In this painting, I have the musicians, the diverse people, the different cultures, Aboriginal people from Canada. And I've kept it in my style, the pop art, so it's very bright. And I hope you enjoy the artwork, and I hope it's going to make a tour across Canada. And I hope to be there next year to tour along with it. So thank you so much for having us. I'm honored and very nervous, so apologies.
Thank you so very much. We have also with the, and thank you so much for the beautiful painting that was brought to Toronto. I believe that it will be going across the country on an exhibition after the festival is completed. Now, we have with us also Mr. Neil Waters, who is, I believe, joining us from the UK. I'm not sure if he has his video on. Mr. Ajek, can you see if we can get him on the Zoom with us so that he can speak to us a little bit at this point? Oh, thank you so very much. There we are. Mr. Neil, the mic is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, Angelique. I'm just going to share my screen now, if that's okay. Let me know if everyone can see the screen.
Yes, we can see it. Thank you.
Brilliant. So, hi everyone. Absolutely delighted to be here, albeit virtually. Well done, Angelique, and the entire team for the work in the lead up into today's festival. It's great to be a part of it, and thanks very much to Mike for the opportunity. So, my name is Niall Waters. I'm from a small village in Ireland called Cultivate. My house is literally located about 100 meters into the north. It's located right on the border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. And I guess growing up in a post-war conflict zone probably makes me fairly well placed to be able to talk about the requirements and essence of peace on International Peace Day. And also, I have to mention on the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement. So what growing up in a post-war conflict zone teaches you is that in reality, the only borders that exist are those that we actually create in our minds, those that we actually create for ourselves, and that we all have the ability to change and improve ourselves, right? None of us, although we would like to, can change what goes before us, but we have the opportunity to change what comes after us. And in fact, it's actually our responsibility. So a couple of key questions I was thinking about coming up in the lead into today is, how do we change the mindsets of those most resistant to change and understanding? How do we better educate our people to actually be better people? And I guess leading on from that is, and it touches on what Danilo just spoke about, how do we build better leaders from an early age? So as Mike mentioned, today I'm going to speak to you very briefly about the peace mindset and what it is, what it's about, and how we can all adapt it and why we actually should. So Dr. Michael K. Needham, a change management expert, embarked on 7 years of study to complete his PhD on change management and organizational effectiveness. He focused on a couple of key factors, including individual, team, and location, and how the transfer of quality tacit knowledge across different teams and locations varied. So Over the course of his studies, what he actually uncovered was the key elements that led to a greater likelihood of someone having a greater impact could actually be attributed to a couple of key areas: skills, behavior, and impact. 3 key areas. So skills can be defined as education, those skills that we acquired through our formal education, but also through our experience. Behavior can be associated with the natural behaviors that we're born with and we learn over the course of our lifetime, but also those that we actually apply. And impact can actually be associated with our ability to create ideas, but not only create ideas, actually make things happen. Now, when you think of it, creating peace is a form of change management in a way. So the key barrier to understanding others is actually often caused by not fully understanding ourselves. So naturally, what underpins and is crucial to a greater impact on peace is actually personal reflection and understanding of self. So you might ask, how does this actually relate to peace and mindset? Well, if we better understand ourselves, then we're better able to understand others and therefore have a greater impact. We have to be able to go deep in ourselves and fully understand our own mindsets. We should be asking ourselves questions such as, have I made peace with myself? What impact do I currently have on the communities I'm involved with? What limiting beliefs are holding me back from playing a bigger part? Where can I make improvements? And where do I need to add the most value? So I guess from this slide, my call to action for each and everyone tuning in here is, think of the questions that you can actually ask yourself that will allow you and will enable you to actually go deeper, understand yourself that little bit better, and understand how you can have a greater impact. It is then, whenever we ask the questions of ourselves, that we can actually ask questions of others. Following on from that greater self-awareness, it's then down to taking action. What you find in today's world, a lot of us like to talk. We talk about doing things, and ultimately, some of us don't actually do anything. So we spend months and years coming up with policies and strategies that in reality don't really have a massive impact on the ground. There's often a significant gap between awareness and actual action. At Strategize and Dynamic Missions and World of Peace, we're focused on the action. Earlier, when I asked the question, how do we build better leaders? We have actually developed a physical game that empowers, sorry, it's probably coming up a little bit blurry. You might be able to see it there or not. That actually empowers young people to challenge their perspectives and take action. It's very unique, and I'm going to take you through it here very quickly. So let's take a high-level overview of the gameplay. Let's say you're sitting there right now and you're wondering to yourself, how can you have a greater individual impact on peace, right? I would like to have a greater impact. I'm not really sure how. What happens is you end up rolling the red barrier dice and you land on, you realize that you're out of ideas. You're not entirely sure what you can do or what value you can actually add. What you do then is you roll the blue enabler dice, which is about identifying quick wins. In change management and performance psychology, the small wins are key to building momentum. The blue enabler dice encourages you to be proactive. So you research for organizations that you can join or people you can connect with or network with that will get you more involved. For example, you can be more proactive and reach out to World of Peace to understand what initiatives they are rolling out. You then roll the green solutions dice and you land on an image that indicates improvement planning. So you start to break down what optimal impact from your perspective on peace. What does that actually look like? You break it down into bite-sized pieces and you identify the key steps that you must take to get there. Lastly, you want to get there faster. So you roll the booster dice and you land on something different. What can you do differently to go further? So you think outside the box. You create a local community group that focuses on inspiring people to make a difference on peace, and you organize regular initiatives to create awareness. And voila, very quickly, a couple of rolling the dice, you went from being out of ideas to having a personalized improvement pathway that will empower and enable you to have a greater impact on peace, to be a better leader and to be a better person. The game, as you've seen, very quickly bridges the gap between awareness and action. That is what we need. So my parting question today is, how can you, me, you, all of us, better bridge that connection between awareness and action? We're all citizens of the world. Let's become better citizens of the world. Let's take action. World peace depends on it. International Peace Festival, it has been an absolute pleasure and a privilege. Thank you very much.
Mr. Neil Waters, for the wonderful presentation. I would like us to take a little break in our general addresses by introducing to our audience Mr. John Cameron, world-renowned composer, musician extraordinaire, who is joining us from the UK. And in light of our little glitch earlier today, what I would like to do is to introduce Mr. Cameron to give us his address and greetings, and we will then follow that up with the Peace Anthem composition, which he created for the International Peace Festival and World at Peace, titled "We Are One, We Are the Rainbow." So welcome, Mr. Cameron, and I should also indicate that Mr. Cameron is also Director of Music for Peace International Division of the International Peace Festival. Thank you.
Hi, it's John Cameron here, all the way from near London. I'm delighted to be part of this. I was in your beautiful country 2 or 3 weeks ago in the Rockies, visiting our youngest daughter who lives there. So I'm very fond of Canada itself. Music, like sport, like all kinds of activities, depends so much on doing it together. And the reason I wrote We Are One is I realized that actually we're all in this together. The world is one. We can't pretend we're better than this part, they're better than us. We are one. And I hope that this song gives that feeling and that we can use it to promote peace as much as possible. Thank you.
We are one, we are united. We are generations past and those to come. Life is now, we stand here undivided with the rising and the setting of the sun. We are one, we're universal. Only time will tell if we should rise or fall. Time has come for us to close the circle, to live in peace or lose it
Thank you very much. And as I indicated earlier, Mr. Cameron, John Cameron, renowned composer, musician, who kindly composed this peace anthem, which will be opening our annual Peace Festival with this composition. And to continue and to have a little bit of a change here in terms of the live versus the Zoom participants, I would like to invite us here at our Toronto venue of the International Peace Festival, Miss Tricia White, who is Tricia Martin, the Secretary of the Toronto Chieftains Organization. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm here on behalf of the Toronto Chieftains, which is a youth organization in the east part of Toronto. And the children range in age from 3 to 12, or 3 to 16. Sorry, I'm nervous. I wasn't expecting to speak. But anyhow, they play Gaelic football and hurling, which is an Irish sport. And we are very proud to say that we have 200 members. And we've worked really hard to include lots of diverse cultures, and we also have been able to run a free program since COVID, which we're really proud of, that it's play for all, because that's the GAA's goal, that every child has the chance to play. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Martin. And I would like now to continue with our video conference participants from all around the world. The next one that I would like to invite to speak with us is Mr. Lekanath Sapkota, who is joining us from Nepal, and he can speak a little bit about his work with his NGO on sustainability and the work that he does in the peace context. Thank you. And Mr. Sapkota, if you are with us, I'm not sure if your camera is on. There you are, sir. Thank you. We can see you. So please go ahead, and you're welcome to introduce yourself.
Okay. It's okay? Yeah.
Yes, you're fine.
Okay. First of all, greetings to all participants and the organizers and international festival with festival teams. I'm Leknath Sapkota from Nepal. I'm founder, president, CEO, Sustainable Peace and Development Movement, Nepal. I'm very happy to join this International Peace Festival in June. I want to introduce my organization and my details here. Our organization's name is Sustainable Peace and Development Movement Nepal. In a short form, it's called the SPDM Nepal. Was established on the February 12, 2016, and registered in the District Administration Office of the Government of Nepal under Organization Registration Act, and affiliated with the Social Welfare Council under the Ministry of Women, Children and Senior Citizens. The organization shall be an autonomous, non-profitable, non-political, non-governmental social organization. The organization established of our as a mission and objectives, and we performed the past years. The activities are as follows. What we do in summarize: promoting peace, livelihood, food security, human rights, climate change, tourism development, agriculture and livestock development, culture exchanging program. Also, we are focusing mainly sustainable development goals. Goals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16, and 17. This is our focus area of Sustainable Development Goals. And briefly, point-wise, 1, we in profound necessary activities establish and the development sustainable peace. Point 2, focus on the goals of the sustainable development and maintain cooperation in the between and others. Point 3, maintaining the cooperation, coordination in improving human rights and democracy. Point 4, protecting and increasing ability to define the women and children rights. Point 5, focusing on the sustainable peace and security of Nepal. Point 6, working in the development of quality education and the health service facilities. 7, focusing in the maintenance of pure water, sanitation, wastage management. Point 8, mitigation and the adaptation of the climate change and the awareness program. Protection and the development the natural resource, forest and the environment, river and etc. Point 10, support to the physical infrastructure development. Point 11, working in the agritourism, sustainable agriculture and livestock and the tourism development. Point 12, maintain cooperation with national and international government and the non-government NGOs, INGOs, organizations in maintenance of peace and development program. Working for the reduction of the natural disaster like earthquake, flood, and landslide. 14, working in the food securities. And 15, working into the peace conference, seminar, events, campaigns through the music, art, peace, and culture exchanging. And we have future plan to organize the Sustainable Peace and Development Conference in Nepal. So we will invite the high-level delegates from the all around over the world to join this conference. Then after the conference, we have planned to establish the Institutes of Peace in Nepal. So in conclusion, thanks to the organizer and Anjali Kudia to inviting me. That's the important program. Thanks.
And before we conclude our addresses, where we will be inviting Mr. Ron Franklin, who is joining us from San Diego, I would like to air right now a video that has been provided by the presidents of the Pierre de Coubertin Committee, International Committee from Latin America. We have greetings from all of the presidents of this international organization. Mr. Danilo Ponciano earlier spoke about his work with this organization, and we want to thank him for providing us with the greetings that are now being aired and being provided here to us today. They may be in Spanish, but I hope everyone can be patient, and hopefully we can understand for those who do speak Spanish. Hopefully we'll have this video available to all on our website, internationalpeacefestival.net, in the future with subtitles, if anyone does wish to return to that. But Mr. Adjek, you go ahead, sir, and let's put that on the video conference. Thank you.
El movimiento olímpico nació a fines del siglo XIX a través de Pierre de Coubertin, un activista del internacionalismo en este momento, haciendo que el Comité Olímpico Internacional actuara al estilo de las ferias internacionales y el movimiento de la Cruz Roja, precursores de la globalización actual. Coubertin justificó este pragmatismo operacional como un medio para lograr garantías de cooperación, autonomía y paz. Este modelo organizativo ha tenido éxitos y fracasos, pero logró sobrevivir a la pandemia de 1918, 2 guerras mundiales y la llamada Guerra Fría con 4 décadas de largo. Coubertin también planeó unificar los países separados por la guerra. Según el COI, desde finales de 1890, los Juegos Olímpicos compartieron una estrecha relación con el Buró Internacional de la Paz. Apoyaron al barón Pierre de Coubertin porque reconocieran las dimensiones pacificadoras de su visión olímpica para el deporte global. Utilizando la tregua olímpica de los Juegos antiguos y los aspectos humanísticos asociados, Pierre de Coubertin desarrolló una visión de paz global que también incluía el concepto de paz social. También desde esta perspectiva trabaja el Comité Internacional Pierre de Coubertin. En el contexto brasileño, este es uno de los temas que guían los programas de educación olímpica en escuelas, proyectos sociodeportivos y de voluntariado desarrollados y que ahora encuentra en convergencia el proyecto Actos de Bondad de la institución World Peace. Deseo a todos un lindo evento y dejo también un fuerte saludo olímpico.
Estimados, estimadas, espero se encuentren muy bien. Les saluda Laura Moreira León, presidenta del Comité Pierre de Coubertin de Costa Rica. En el marco de esta celebración quisiera compartirles un tema muy especial y es que nuestro país desde el año 1948 abolió el ejército, creando una cultura de paz y una oportunidad de crear lazos amistosos y cooperativos entre distintos países y regiones a nivel mundial, centrando los esfuerzos en el desarrollo y la educación. Desde el Comité Pierre de Coubertin Costa Rica buscamos promover estos valores del país uniendo el deporte y la educación tal como el barón Pierre de Coubertin lo promovía, y lo que buscamos es realizar actividades en donde los y las participantes en el deporte logren aprender y ser conscientes acerca de la filosofía olímpica y cómo esta filosofía puede aportar en su desarrollo personal, deportivo y en su crecimiento, al entender también el deporte como un intercambio multicultural en donde podemos aprender acerca del desarrollo y los lazos pacíficos entre distintas comunidades y países. Muchas gracias.
Distinguidos miembros del Festival de la Paz 2023. Para todas nuestras naciones, hoy más que nunca, la presencia y la vivencia de la paz se ha vuelto una urgente necesidad. Son muchas las imágenes que dan cuenta de la violencia que se normaliza y se nutre de la indiferencia, haciendo de nuestra Guatemala rehén de la zozobra. No obstante, para toda noche hay nueva luz del día. Cada vez son más las imágenes que nos superan en la emoción, cuando con un espíritu de entrega y desinterés surgen los seguidores de un Pierre de Coubertin que en su adelantada visión quiso dar oportunidades a la niñez y adolescencia para obrar en la vida y alegría coubertiniana de hacer del juego y el deporte un lugar de sensibilidad y positivismo, que ponga el rostro humano a esta vida. Gracias jóvenes por corregirnos y superarnos. Muchos saludos desde Guatemala.
Hola, mi nombre es Claudia Fernanda Rojas, presidenta encargada del Comité Colombiano Pierre de Coubertin. Nuestro comité fue creado en el 2019 con el fin de promover la educación en valores olímpicos y todo el legado educativo que el barón Pierre de Coubertin nos dejó. Estamos muy contentos y orgullosos de ser parte de este grupo de proyectos Actos de Bondad que promueve precisamente la paz para el desarrollo, la equidad de género y todo lo relacionado con la gobernanza del deporte. Nos sentimos entonces halagados de ser parte de esta gran familia y deseamos pronto conocernos y llevar a cabo nuestras iniciativas.
Y no tengo pensado hundirme a acá tirado y no tengo planeado morirme desangrado y no me pidas que no vuelva a intentar que las cosas vuelvan a su lugar y no tengo pensado hundirme acá tirado y no tengo planeado morirme desangrado y no me pidas que no vuelva a intentar que las cosas vuelvan a su lugar. Estamos siendo cuidadosos, como caminando por un piso resbaloso, sabiendo que un paso en falso nos lleva al fondo del pozo. Será lo tembloroso de la espuma bailando en mi corazón rabioso. Entender todo es un poco soberbio, querer explicar todo es un poco por nervios. Por eso hablo hasta por los codos y me pongo ebrio y ya no sé si jodo, me lo tomo en serio y desconfío. El miedo a dar un salto y encontrar a vacío, ansio que esto que siento no sea mío, porque de pronto se siente tan frío. Parece que saber hacerse bien es todo un desafío. Qué rabia me da el amor, voy a arrancármelo. Qué rabia me da el amor, voy a quedármelo. Prefiero lo tortuoso del ritual que lo decoroso de estar siempre igual. Habrá motivos para estar mal, o debo ser yo presintiendo el final. No es eterno el carnaval, si es etéreo lo carnal. Ahora recuerdo la primera vez que te reíste y las ganas que me dieron de que se me ocurra un chiste. ¿Cómo van a convencerme de que la magia no existe? Porque quiero volverme fuerte. Y no tengo pensado hundirme acá tirado y no tengo planeado morirme desangrado y no me pidas que no vuelva a intentar que las cosas vuelvan a su lugar y no tengo pensado hundirme acá tirado y no tengo planeado morirme desangrado y no me pidas que no vuelva a intentar que las cosas vuelvan a su lugar y no tengo pensado hundirme acá tirado y no tengo planeado morirme desangrado y
Very much. And thank you so much for getting the video to us, Mr. Donalio Ponciano. We are going to now move forward to introduce Mr. Ron Franklin, who is joining us from San Diego, United States. And he will speak a little bit about his work and also perform live for us his composition for the peace ballad that we are going to be hearing shortly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angelique. Hello, everyone. There we are. Greetings from San Diego, California. My name is Ron Franklin, and I want to thank Angelique for inviting me to the festival this year. We met quite by chance on LinkedIn, and I sent her a copy of my song, Peace Starts With Me, and she graciously invited me to come and perform it for you guys today. I teach for the San Diego College of Continuing Education here in San Diego. We're actually the second largest community college district in the state of California. We serve over 100,000 students. And the particular program that I teach for is called the Emeritus Program, in which half of my students are 55 or older, and usually it's more than that. And we serve people in the community with programs including art, music, brain fitness, exercise, health, writing classes, all sorts of things to help people keep their minds engaged and participate with each other. A lot of our classes are live. A lot of our classes are on Zoom. I teach guitar and ukulele classes, and I also teach a music appreciation class on film music composers. And I've known all my life that music has this incredible power to alter people's moods. This is one of the earliest memories that I have of music. And all my life, since I was a youngster, I've been fascinated with song and with music, to the point where I went and got my degrees, in fact, in music. I have a Bachelor of Music and a Master of Music degree in guitar performance. And all my life, again, I have found that everything about the arts serves to bring people together. I know of no other way you can get people to join together than in such a large way that they have a large group of people sing together and join their voices in song. And there's a feeling that comes out of that you just don't get any other way. So every one of the arts, whether it's music, the visual arts, film, I've been involved in a number of film productions as well. In fact, I wrote several songs for a TV show called The Good Food Factory, in which we took kids and showed them how to cook healthy food from scratch, not in a box, not out of a can, in the kitchen. And for each one of those shows, I wrote a song, and that ended up winning an Emmy Award. So I'm very much happy to be involved in anything that helps to bring people together. So this morning, I want to sing for you a song called Peace Starts With Me. This actually came from an episode of the show where we had a group on called Kids for Peace. And this is a service organization of kids who serve around the world. They've done their peace pledge on the floor of the US Congress. They've done service projects in Africa and so forth. And when they appeared on our show, rather than write a song about the food, which I did quite often for that show, I decided to write a song about peace. And so this is what came out. It's called Peace Starts With Me. And my dream is to hear a whole room full of people singing this all together. So the video that we've created for this is up on the site for the International Peace Festival. I invite you to take a look. And I'll play it for you now. Thank you again so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you for all the presenters, all the presentations, all the beautiful music. John Cameron, thank you. Don Maestro, thank you. And everyone. So let me go ahead and play this for you. This is called Peace Starts With Me. If you see another whose heart is feeling bad, maybe they're angry, maybe they're sad, just hold them in the light, offer them a hand, and you can sing this song to help them understand. Peace starts with me. It grows as far as my heart can see. Peace is what's true, and I pledge to help it flow between me and you. When you want to be in a peaceful place, remember life is like a mirror. Make a smile right there on your own face, and a peaceful world becomes clearer. That's because peace starts with me. It grows as far as my heart can see. Peace is what's true, and I pledge to help it flow between me and you. Always remember, life's a give and take. Peace is a choice only you can make. Peace starts with me. It grows as far as my heart can see. Peace is what's true, and I pledge to help it flow between me and you. And I pledge to help it flow between me and you. Peace. Thank you.
Peace. It is the official peace ballad of the International Peace Festival, along with the peace anthem, which we heard earlier as the official peace anthem of the International Peace Festival by Mr. Cameron. And to complete our opening ceremonies, I would like to thank the following organizations: the Consulate General of Monaco, World at Peace, and Miss Face of Humanity for participating with us today, and also the following individuals who have joined us live by video conference: Mr. Ron Franklin, Mr. John Cameron, Mr. Don Maestro, who is live here, but Mr. Mike Malloy, Mr. Neil Waters, Ms. Kay Moore, Ms. Mel White, Mr. Lekanat Savkoda, and Ms. Tricia Martin, as well as all our tech and support team here in Toronto. We look forward to having you join us, of course, in our next year's festival to 2024. But for those of you who are present with us today via video conference, and for those present live here in Toronto, we are continuing our day's events at the Peace Festival, International Peace Festival, with our youth panel discussion titled The Guardians of Peace, which will begin shortly at 2 p.m. Eastern here in Toronto. We are now at 12:30, so in about an hour and a half. I would appreciate those of you who are participating in the panel discussion beginning at 2 to log in again. Around those who are coming and joining us virtually to log in at about 1:30 our Canadian time, Eastern time, and then we will have the panel discussion from 2 to 4. We also have our evening events planned. We have the opening premiere of Rooted in Peace, the film that has been awarded the Film of the Year award by our festival this year, and that will be taking place here. The screening will be held between 7 and 9 p.m. Toronto Eastern Time, and that will be followed by a musical festival night from 9 to 11. So I hope you can all join us. The musical event in the evening will be streamed as well. Virtually, but of course those who are available here in Toronto are welcome to attend. So thank you very, very much, and we hope to see you for the next following 3 days or 4 days, because we are continuing through to Sunday. We have, of course, our film screenings for tomorrow and Saturday morning, and we have the Peace Ambassadors Gala, which is starting at 6 p.m. on Saturday, to be followed by the musical festival at beginning at 11 a.m. on Sunday. This is from our Indian music wing, and that will be followed at 4 o'clock with the opening of the awards ceremony. That will be the cocktail hour from 4 to 5. The awards ceremony will be held between 5 and 7, and afterwards we will have our after party. So please do feel free to attend, and thank you so very much to everyone. We look forward to seeing you for the rest of the festival and, of course, into the next year. Thank you so much.